Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're talking about how you can play a song called Back Where I Come From. And we're going to start actually with a G major chord. And the way you play G major, first finger is going to go to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger is going to go to the low E string on the 3rd fret, and the third finger is going to go to the high E on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And there's a little hit actually at the very, very beginning where you kind of go between the G major and a C major chord. And the way you play C major, first finger is going to go to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger is going to go to the D string on the 2nd fret, and third finger is going to go to the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. So for our intro, there's kind of this push where we got the G major, G major, C major, G major, G major, C major. And one way to kind of approach that actually is using some strum patterns. And one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns is something called down, down, up, up, down, up. So if you took the G and just tried that a lot, you'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. We'll talk about some other strum patterns too through the video. But if we try that, actually, we kind of end up doing a whole G and then kind of having a G chord to a C chord. So one way to do that is to do kind of the G with a down, down, up, and then the C with a down, down, up when we get to that part. So we try that, we got G with a down, down, up, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, up, to kind of intro the tune. Or another way to kind of work that would be doing the G with kind of the down, down, up, and then hitting the C for the up, down, up. So we tried it that way, we'd have G with a down, down, up, down, G, down, up, C, up, down, G, down, up, down, G, down, up, C, up, down, up. And then from there we'll be going into our verse part, and our verse is going to start on a G major chord, and then we're going to go to a D major chord. And when we play D major, first finger is going to go to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you kind of strum just the D, G, B, and E, kind of the skinny 4 strings, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. And then from the D major, we're going to be going to a B minor chord. Now, one option would be to stay on D and not worry about the B minor change. But the way you play B minor, traditionally you do it as a bar chord on the 2nd fret. You take first finger and go across the entire 2nd fret, second finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, third finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string on the 4th fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the B minor, we're going to be going to a C major. But a lot of times, if you're just starting out or you just want to avoid the bar chords, another couple substitutes you could use for the B minor, or other ways to play B minors, you could take the first finger and go to the high on the 2nd fret, second finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, and the third finger on the G string on the 4th fret. And if you kind of strum the top 3 or even the top 4 strings, then that's another way to play B minor. And another way to play B minor, you could do first finger on the high E, second finger on the B string on the 3rd, third finger on the D string on the 4th fret, and the pinky on the G string on the 4th fret. And if you strum just the D, G, B, and E there, that's another way you play B minor. Another way you could do B minor actually is to substitute in something called B minor 7. And the way you play B minor 7, first finger is going to go to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the G string on the 2nd fret, the third finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum just the A string and the high E string, that sounds a B minor 7 chord. So that's another way you can kind of play that. And then from the B minor, we're going to be going back to the C major. So we tried our verse with our strum pattern. We have G with a down, down, up, down, D, down, down, B minor, down, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, D, down, down, B minor, down, C, down, down, G, down, down, D, down, down, B minor, down. Going into our chorus part, and our chorus kind of starts on the D major, and then we go to C major, and then we go to G major, and then we go back to C major, and then we go back to D, C, and then we do a G and a C kind of quickly, and then we go back to D. So the weird part is where you got that G, C halving, and one way to do that is to do just the down, down, up, and then a down, down, up on the G and the C. So we tried it that way. we'd have D with the down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, 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 C, down, 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 G, down, down, C, down, down, D, down, 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 and then from there we could be going back into kind of our verse progression. Now, one other thing that I like to add with a song like this too is bass notes, and a lot of times on the first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can add in a bass note to kind of simulate playing with a bass player. So for instance, on the G chord, you can do the low E string for your bass on that chord. So G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down. And when we go to the C chord, you can do the A string for your bass, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. On the D chord, you'd have the D string for your bass, D with the D bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down. And then if you're doing the B minor bar, you'd have the A string for your bass on that chord, or the B minor 7. If you're doing one of those smaller B minors, you may have to kind of fake that on the G string. So we tried that kind of that instrumental part in between, which is really kind of our verse progression. With our bass down, up, down, up, we'd have G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, D minor with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down. And then if we tried that idea through our next chorus, then we have the one weird part is where the G C half. So right there we have just a bass down up on those two chords. So we try our chorus that way. We'd have D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, C with an A bass, down, D with the D bass, down, down. Now through the tune though, there are some spots actually where instead of using the low E string for your bass on the G chord, it sounds like the bass player is kind of going to the A string instead, and that's called a G/B if you do a G chord and use the A string for your bass note. So we tried that through our chorus with G/Bs for our G chord. We'd have D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G/B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G/B with an A bass, down, C with an A bass, down, D with the D bass, down, down. And then from there we'd be going back into an instrumental part that's kind of like our verse. Now for myself though, there's another strum pattern I would really think about using actually through the tune. And it's a little weird, it's a 16th note strum pattern. It's a long down, 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 up. So if you took the G and kind of did it, but what a 16th note is, right now if you're tapping your foot to the beat, we'd be dividing that beat into two parts with our down, down, up, down. And that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that foot tap into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I mean by long down, 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 up is you take the G and kind of do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And that's what you do on the first beat. On the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up. So all together, you got long down, 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 up, long down, 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 up, long down, 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 up, long down, 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 up. So we tried that through our verse progression. We'd have G with the down, 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 B with the down, 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 B minor down, 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 C down, 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 G down, 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 B down, 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 B minor down, 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 C down, 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 G down, 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 B down, 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 B minor down, 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 C down, 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 G down, 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 B down, 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 B minor down, 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 C down, down, down. And if we tried our chorus that way, we'd have D with the down, 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 C the down, 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 G the down, 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 C the down, 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 D the down, 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 C the down, 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 up. And when you get to the halving part, it can sound really good to just down, down, up on each of those. So you'd have G with the down, down, C the down, down, D the down, 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 up. If you kind of on the basses though, you could try it with your basses too. So we did our verse progression with our bass notes, kind of with the 16th. You'd have G with low E bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, you are the A bass, down, down, C with the A bass, down, down, C with the E bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, you are the A bass, down, down, C with the A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, you are the A bass, down, down, C with the A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, you are the A bass, down, down, C with the A bass, down, down, up. And then if we tried our chorus that way, the weird part is where we got that G, C halvings, but you could do kind of a bass, down, up, bass, down, up, when we get to those chords. If we tried it that way, we'd have D with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, C with an A bass, down, G with the D bass, down, down, up. And then basically right after that, we'll be going back into kind of a half verse, kind of instrumental part. So we'd be back on the G with low E bass, down, down, G with the D bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B with the D bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, up, and then we do kind of a big down on a C chord. And then we come in with kind of a bridge, but it's really kind of our verse, but just with blocking. So we got a big G with a down, and then just a big downstroke. And then we go to D, and another down, and then we do a B minor with a down, and then we do a C with a down, and then we go to the G and do a down, and then we do a D with a down, and then we go to the B minor and do a down, and then we kind of do this big build up on the C chord. You may want to think about just doing downstrokes where you go down, 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 right before we kind of go into our last chorus. And then if we try the last chorus with kind of our bass down, down, up idea, then we have D with the bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, C with an A bass, down, G with the E bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with the E bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, C with an A bass, down, G with the E bass, down, down. And then we kind of end on kind of our verse progression. So we've got the G with low E bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, G with low E bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, B with an A bass, down, down, C with an A bass, down, down, and then we end on a big G chord, very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Back Where I Come From. So good luck!